Well, it's me again. There are times that I do recordings for one person who asks a question. There are times I do recordings for people to be able to learn some small part of what I do. But this one is, well, this one's for me. I'm going to show you what I do with me when I'm alone and I am wanting to learn or feel something. This is what I do, so come along for the ride. I don't know how long it'll take, we'll just see. But this, by the way, is an introduction to those who want to learn the line of everything. Well, you might have a question about what that is, but the line of everything for me is, well, everything. Every color, every sound, every fragrance, every breath, every day, every month, every year, every grandparent, every birth order position, every iris, every organ, every gland, all the phases of the moon, everything here, all the seasons of the year. This starts over here at 12 a.m., midnight to sunrise. There are three significant experiences of feelings. Now these qualities along here, for me, they relate to the universal qualities of all souls. Lessons, feelings, attributes, mysterious things that we can do eventually in some form or another. How to be more sensitive to all of me through this gift of having an extra layer of sensation called the body. So, from midnight to sunrise, as the sun is rising, three specific different qualities, feelings. Call them vibrations if you want. Call them anything you want. Then from sunrise to 12 noon, three more. This is the ascending fire time. Very beautiful, very meaningful. This is the ascending of the sun from midnight, when the day begins at midnight, to 12 noon. Then on this side, when the sun is going down, there are six more very beautiful individual qualities of the feminine, the divine feminine. Each one of these different glands, organs, body systems, days, months, years, fragrances, homeopathic remedies, all the things. Well, the line of everything is along this line. All of these also have seasons of life, seasons of the year, phases of the moon. This is the waxing of the moon. This is the waning of the moon. This is the spring and the summer and the autumn and the winter. This is the spring of life, childhood. This is the time period under 8. This is the time period between 8 and 16. And look what happens right at 16. Right at 16, we enter into a time period of, all of you remember it, the fire in the belly, where you're going to move and dance and play and laugh, and you just have to kiss someone. Or you're terrorized in the experiences of how to go into the social order of thing and be a part of a group. And whew, you remember that time period of the fire in the belly? And then there is at age 32, there is a change. This change now goes into 32 and beyond, and you know that time period, you know, in your early 30s where you believe you have the answer to everything, and the answer is do it this way, everybody should drink, you know, wheatgrass juice or do raw food. This is a challenging mental time period where the whole metabolic functions of the body change, people take on weight, and they store things inside of them. Very different than this one, where you're in the land of immortality here, and you can eat 5 meals a day and never gain weight. Over here you can eat like a bird and gain weight. You remember. And then by the age of 40, there comes this time period right at 48, where there is the experience of, wow, I've been living my life one way, I've been living it for my kids, for my mate, for my job. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do the life for me. Because it comes back to the sunset of life. Or it comes back to the winter of life. Now comes 3 specific changes between 48 and 64. These qualities come in. I feel different. My whole metabolism is different. Life is different. This line of everything is a very, very cool thing. You'll just have so much fun. Because every one of your clients, if you have clients, every one of your kids fits on here. You fit on here. And there are specific lessons. Things that we can learn, be aware of. What is a child actually learning at the age of 4 that's different than a child that's 17? What's an adult learning at 31 versus 38? What are the underlying reasons? And is there a way to apply this to our family? Of course there is. Because the family's involved in it. So what happens when somebody has a disease at 6 versus somebody has a disease or breaks a bone at 19? Why did it happen at 19? What are the influences? How does it arrive? How does it change? How does it grow? Virtually all symptoms are on this line. Every single emotional, physical, spiritual, soul level experience is on the line of everything. That's what's nice about it. All of the grandparents are in here, and the ascending forces and the descending forces inside the legs and the toes and inside the spine and outside, and how the healing forces come down from the feminine, the head down, and masculine forces come. It's all very, very, very beautiful. Then the experiences then to help you understand how there are different forces in the body. I'm describing the ascending forces of 1, 3, 5. That's these 3. What is number 1? Why is number 1 1? What's the feeling there? Why is the breath first? Why? Why is the breath so important? What exists here? Imagination, dreams. Where we were last night, we were in the sleep state, but we come back into this place is where we enter into the body again to begin our experience. Very beautiful, very nice. This is the 1, 3, 5. Then you have the 2, 4, 6. This is the fire line inside the body, and I have a 2, 4, 6. This is the one that produces the passion for my desire to be creative, a life purpose. This one creates the passion in the heart for me wanting to feel love, share love, kiss somebody, have a pericardium experience. This is where we have passion in the head. We have a drive. We want to go somewhere, do something, achieve something. We want to have a union with whatever we have set in motion by our 1, 3, 5. You see, this is what initiates things. This is what brings it into action. This is what materializes things. This is what changes and gets ready for the next one to occur again. Very beautiful. The 5, 3, 1, how the energies here bring it down. Why is it 1, 3, 5 here, but the energies become 5, 3, 1? It has a great deal to do with the orientation of the development of a fetus being head down in the womb and then head up in life. That's a whole other topic. This is the experience of what it looks like. Now let me share with you, now, we'll get to the good stuff now. Come on. I'm playing a little piece of music because this is what it's like. If you look at these 3, that's what 1, 3, 5 is like. 1, 3, 5. It's a series of notes, a series of feelings. of these are a series of notes, feelings, colors, fragrances, glands, organs, flowing. It moves along in rhythms of 3. How do I feel it? How do I go past my intellect? And this, the violin, coming down, the ascending, and the violin. Listen to the violin. This is the 6/4/2 of the snow, pineal, and the ocean, and the lake. The violin coming down, and the notes coming up, and down. So with each of these, I like to go inside of it. What does it take to feel this part of me? This is the humility. This is the innocence. This is the childlike wonder. So I like to take this one, put myself inside of it, and breathe. What is the relationship to the number 1 grandfather? Do I know him? Do I feel him? That genetic line is part of me. What is the experience that opens my imagination through breath? That childlike innocence. What does that feel like? And then here, what is the intelligence, the awareness, the discovery? That moment when I come out of the dream and I have awareness that I am the dreamer. Very important place, the discovery of truth. This one here, just before sunrise. The decision, the free will, the choice. I imagine, I open with breath and humility. I experience this in clarity, the love of truth. Over here is the desire to achieve something I want. The moment I make the decision, the fire in my soul, the fire in my heart, the fire in my head, the ability to move. Music changes, I change, the summer of life, the heart opens. So how do I feel this? Sometimes I put different music on and feel it. How to go past the intellectual. Now you may wonder if this is practical at all, but each one of these will tell you the progression of therapies for a client. Each one of these will tell you the progression of probable symptoms that you may expect. Eventually, when you learn these relationships in the family tree, you'll realize that there is a disconnection in one place when the breath is involved. There is a disruption of something if the skin has an eruption. Something held here, over here, the kidney and the bladder, the pancreas, the bowels, the spleen, all of these over here. These are the elements of cleaning, but what does it feel like to be inside of them? Why would you want to be inside of them? Because these become the therapeutic experiences that link your feeling experience of your own soul through your spiritual body to your physical body. So you can be the bridge between your physical body and the subtle forces that are radiating through the chakras and the meridians into your spiritual body, but in reality, these are lessons of the soul to feel. This is what I like to do. So when I'm alone, I like to feel these things and ask. I believe in asking. Show me, teach me, help me feel. What does the thymus actually feel like? What is the real meaning of the pericardium? Teach me the feeling of the liver and the pancreas and how they communicate. Go inside and touch and smell. Go inside the body and go down through the bowels, yes, even the bowels, inside the thyroid, and feel the compassion for all living things, and learn these lessons, and recognize that there are changes all along this whole spectrum. What a beautiful thing to be able to say to your clients, look, this is a series of lessons for number one girl to learn. You know she's a number one? You give her the 3 universal lessons of a number one girl. You know you have a number 2 girl, you'll have 3 different lessons. If you have a number 2 boy, it's these 3. If you have a number 1, it's these 3, and there's many combinations. Feel them all. This is a study of feelings. This is an experience of awakening to something higher. That's why I like this. This is what I do when I'm alone. No, I don't have a second job. This is the only thing I do. I do this day and night, and I love it. I love being able to feel it, and I also love being able to share it. So take what you can and use it. Just take one part. Take the one part of the 6-4-2. Just that one. If you learn just the 6-4-2, what does that mean? Inside the pineal. That's the 6. That's a grandmother, number 6. That's mother's father's mother. So I go to that great grandmother, and I go there with feeling, and I'm in the place where the snow is falling, and she's beautiful and alive, and the flowers are blooming, and I say the magic words, "Thank you for being my grandmother. I never got a chance to meet you, but help me feel you." And then I ask, show me all of the unresolved feelings in this part of me. By the way, you got to be ready. If you ask for something like that, it means all of the unresolved feelings coming through this feeling part of you, until the pineal becomes a feeling instrument, becomes another sense. So that's the snow-oriented falling of the water. 6. Combined with the experience of the 4. 6, snow falling. 4, the ocean that receives. The ocean that refuses no river. Bring it all in. The Venus of the heart, another grandmother. Mother's mother's mother. Yes, feel her. Say the magic words. Thank you. And if you want, say, I love you. Teach me what you have. Show me who you are. And then ask. Ask for divine love. Ask for divine love to show you all of the unfinished feelings in your great grandmother that's affecting your life and your Venus of your heart. There's so many. There's so many wonderful, beautiful, and painful feelings in this place. 6, the water that comes from above, snow. 4, the experience of being able to feel like the ocean that refuses no river. Just feel that flow coming. Imagine being all of the oceans on earth, receiving all of the rivers, and judging nothing. Number 2, mother's mother. Regardless of what your social memories of her might be, this is an experience of the universal quality of pure peace. This peace, by the way, is the primary universal attribute of sunset. The peace of the evening leads into the experience of something more. Much to be felt about the water that comes from above, the water that comes from around, and the water that forms mysteriously in the night. This is 2, 4, and 6. Yes, this is 64. Why is life a process of 1 to 64? Will you still need me? Will you still love me when I'm 64? Well, I guess the Beatles had it right, didn't they? I love that music. The experience is, yes, is there something more beyond this? Yeah, there is, but not today. This is what I like to do. I like to go one place and feel one thing. Sometimes I just take one and I feel it for days, sometimes even weeks. I just focus on one because I feel that it's important for me. Eventually, all of this knowledge becomes tools for being able to assess how and why certain patients or clients have symptoms. What are you going to do for somebody? How do you present something for a child under 4? How do you use instruments for children to be able to communicate in a language they can receive allegorically? How do you know how to change the language at 8? What is the language at 16? What language would you use at 24? No, I'm sorry, teddy bears don't work that well for 24-year-olds. Unless you're very good. How do you change the language when somebody is 53? If somebody has a stroke at 61, why that age? What's going on? What can we offer? Well, the first thing that we can offer is only what we can experience for ourselves. So I'm encouraging you to consider how to be able to learn the simple basics of this, and then set down your instruments, put on a piece of music, and I'll be glad to give you all of my music. For each one of these places I have different types of music, and you can practice feeling it. You can practice moving it. You can practice dancing it. You can breathe it. You can do postures. You can do remedies. You can do body work. Well, there is no limit to the line of everything. This is just me being me. Have a great day.